I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Can anybody confirm me if you can see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay. So, okay. Hope you can see the screen and the PDF which I have just opened.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, today we are going to understand one of the most powerful modern data engineering. A little bit, hard word, but yes, sometimes professional, right? And analytics platform available in the Microsoft Azure, and that is the database, right? The Azure database. Yeah. Okay. Think about the companies like Netflix, Amazon, Flipkart, or banks handling millions of transactions every seconds. Yeah. If I say about the banks, right? You go there, yeah, and take the money, you deposit the money. Even you are using the UPI system, you are using the ATMs, right? You are using the online transactions, everything, right? So a huge data, right? Huge data every seconds. How they are managing those things, right? So if I go back to the traditional systems, right, they struggle to process such massive volume of the data, right? And also they need to process quickly. That is very important. Yeah, just imagine that you are purchasing something, you're buying something online, and it gets stuck. Sometimes, have you ever seen, I don't know how many people are there who have struggles why they are paying online. Few years back, I have seen the scenario where when we are paying from the bill desk gateway, it just get stuck, and then it shows the error and money deducted from your account. And that can be seen very frequently with the IRCTC website. As of now, no, but yes, in the previous years, it was. I don't know if you have seen such scenario or you have faced. Many times the money was deducted, but the process was stuck there. Why? Because then at that time, they did not have the cloud architecture implemented. They had on-premise SQL servers and on-premise database, which were struggling to handle the huge data. Yeah. So servers getting down. Yeah. Anyways, and that is the reason, the cloud architecture comes in the picture. And if I say about the Databricks, yes, it comes in the picture to process the huge data. So whenever, if I say you need to process the big data, the huge data, then you need the help of the database. Nowadays, the things are changing, and now we are moving towards the fabric, right? People are still working in Azure, companies are still using Azure, but gradually they are moving from the Azure environment to the fabric because of several reasons. In fact, in Azure, you need, different license, subscription part, probably authentication. There are many things, right? And that actually increase the cost. In Fabric, it's a unified structure. You have everything under the single umbrella, sorry, right? So we will see how the Fabric is different from Azure. Yeah. Here you are learning Azure Data Factory separately. You are learning Databricks separately. Yeah. But in Fabric, you will see everything is unified. Yeah. So it's a centralized actually. So you don't have to struggle there as you struggle in the Azure, right? However, Azure is strong because Azure is a base, but yes, it is more useful and more unified, more easy if I say to use, if I say about Fabric, right? So we will learn those things, don't worry. As of now, just understand that by the end of this training, you will understand how organization builds scalable data, like pipelines. So, you understand the pipeline now, yeah? And how they process the huge data sets and prepare the data for machine learning. Machine learning is very important part, guys. However, we are not learning it, but yes, that is important. If I get time, probably I can create a session for the machine learning, but not for this batch, probably in the later batch. I'm also having some plan to implement new things, right? In every batch, I try to implement new things. So, and that is the reason I have given you a free token to join any of the upcoming batches. You are free to join. You will get new thing every time. I'm going to include the AI part also. I use on daily basis on cloud. Earlier I was working on ChatGPT. So now I'm going to use the cloud, how you can leverage the cloud functionalities in your day-to-day life. I'm designing an app there in my organization. So probably I can tell you something and I can show you maybe before end of the session, this batch, I will show you something interesting which I have designed in cloud. Right. So don't worry, we will be having those things included in the later batches, but yes, you will be free to join those batches and leverage the knowledge from there, right? Anyway, guys, okay, so I will say let's focus on the agenda. So we will understand what is the Azure Databricks, yeah, and what is the architecture of the Azure Databricks, yeah. But before that, we will also learn about the big data, right? So big data fundamentals, then probably we will understand what is Apache Spark. This is engine actually, yeah. We will understand a little bit, yeah. I'm not going inside the deep of the Apache Spark, yeah, because it's a different subject. But yes, it's an engine who is helping to process the data, right? Or process the instructions which you provide through the PySpark. So we will using the Spark there, right? Inside the PySpark. That is why it's called PySpark, right? Okay, we will understand those things. And very important thing is that you have to understand, and probably me also. So we have to understand the business problem, right? So once you understand the business problem, you can create the solutions for those, right? Just like a solution architect. Okay. Now, we will also have the hands-on demonstration. We will work on the pipeline. I have created a very good, can say scenario, as I was discussing in the previous session. We have the health care data in the blob storage, which we will read from the notebook in Databricks. And once it is available, we will try to take that data and store that data inside the SQL table, right? We will create the table there. So there will be three tables. One is that will hold the entire data. Second one is that will hold only data where payment status is pending. And third one is we will also have the filter data like payment is paid. So we can analyze the data for paid payments, pending payments, and the whole data, right? So we will have those scenarios in the pipeline, right? So we will understand how to write those codes there. Okay. At the last, we will also understand how the cost benefits, right? And cost optimization. Okay, so let's start the foundation, the big data, right? So generally, if I say about the big, right? So the word is self-explanatory. Big means huge, right? And it is not only in terms of volume, right? We usually explain big data using the famous three V's. If you see on the left-hand side, we have volume. That means we have huge volume of the data, probably terabyte or petabyte. Yeah. We have velocity. Velocity means how quickly the data is coming, right? Just like if I say about, let's say, the sales transactions over a shopping mall, yeah. So every seconds, a lot of transactions are being done, right? So the velocity of the data, and the third V is the variety. What type of data is coming, right? So it is structured data, it is semi-structured data like JSON file, yeah. It is unstructured data like videos, images, emails, right? So because of data, data is something which helps make better decisions. Yeah. So we process the data, right? But because of these three V's, we say that this is a big data. It's a more complex, it's a more fast I can say, and it's a huge. Yeah. So hope you understand what is these three V's, yeah, and what is the big data. Any question, guys, about the big data? If you do not understand, you can just take the example of even the hospital. Yeah. If you go to the hospital, you will see there are a lot of patients, right? So lot of patient means lot of data, right? Streaming platforms like Netflix, yeah, everyone is nowadays using Netflix. Yeah. So I don't know how many people are watching Netflix even every second, right? So a lot of huge data is processing every second, right? Yeah. Any question, guys? Shweta, Priti?
No, sir. Understood.
Yeah. It's easy. It's easy. Not, I don't think so that it's hard to understand, right? Just give me, guys. Okay, guys. So how do you think? Let's, before I jump on the next page, I want to tell you one thing. Just understand, when we have a huge data, we have a fast data, we have a complex data with us. If I say about the traditional system, they have failed to process those data quickly. Yeah. And one more scenario is that, okay, just understand. If I say you that, okay, you are responsible to take the name of 1 lakh people, it will be very hard task for you, and it will take a huge time. But on the other side, if I deploy 1,000 people to take the name of another 1 lakh people, it will be very fast. Doesn't it? Just I'm quoting an example. Why? I want to make you understand about the distributed processing. Yeah. So traditionally, companies used a single powerful machine to process data. That is called on-premise, right? So we were having the servers on-premise. We were using those servers, yeah. But those was limited, right? And whenever we have the load on that, what will happen? They increase the CPU, they increase the storage, they increase the RAM, yeah, and that is called vertical scaling. Yeah, so we have single machine or single server which can be upgraded to handle the more data, and there they fail to scale up every time. It takes time. It takes more investment. Yeah. Now, the modern approach is to make it horizontal scaling. I mean to say, add more servers or add more PCs to handle the data, the huge data. Yeah, because in the single machine, it has the limitation, like limited CPU, limited memory, limited storage. And because of these, the processing becomes slow for the huge data set. Yeah? Are you getting that? Making sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now
Yes.
imagine trying to process billions of records on one computer. What do you think? It will become impossible or extremely expensive also, right? Your machine can be crashed, right? Yeah. Now that is the reason distributed processing solves this problem. And the same thing, load balancer does the job. If you understand the load balancer inside the cloud architecture. Do you remember that cloud architecture? We had a load balancer there. Yeah. Okay, don't worry. If you do not remember it, don't worry. You can go back to the cloud architecture and read that architecture diagram. You will see there is a load balancer which is responsible to distribute the incoming traffic to different servers. Okay, and that is called distributed processing, right? Okay, guys. Now, if I say about the horizontal scale, it will give you the advantage of faster processing, better scalability, and improved reliability. Yeah. So speed means parallel processing. You understand parallel processing. The several servers or machines are working together. Scale, add more nodes easily, right? Reliability, if one node fails, other continue. And that is the, you can say, fault tolerance inside the, cloud architecture, right? If someone fails, other one is ready to work. And it's just in a few, I say in microseconds, it just shifted from here to there. Yeah. Is that clear, guys? Any question on this? The cluster is nothing. It is just like the compute power. Yeah. So in compute, whenever we say about compute, there are three things: CPU, storage, memory. Yeah. Memory means the random access memory, the RAM, where data processes. Is it clear, guys? Anyone having any confusion, please let me know. Swam, Pinto.
No, sir.
No? Okay, very good. Now, the important part, the Apache Spark, right? If someone says Spark, that is Apache Spark actually, right? So Apache Spark is the engine that powers Azure Database. So I told you that this is actually the engine who is processing your instructions, your data, right? Okay. Spark is an open source distributed computing framework, and it is designed for speed and large scale analytics. And that is the reason. But remember, Spark will consume your virtual machine. Why? Because it needs the cluster. Otherwise, it will not work, right? Without cluster or without compute power, it will not work. So before using the Spark, you need to create the virtual machine or the cluster to process it, right? Because it needs the processing power. Clear? Okay. Now, one major reason
So I have a question.
Yeah, sorry.
So you said that to use Spark we need to create virtual machine or cluster.
Yep.
So like how can we create cluster?
Exactly. You will learn it. We are going to perform these tasks. These are not very big tasks. It's a very small things. We are going to perform these tasks step by step in the lab practice, right? So once this theoretical concepts are over, we are going to work on our business problem. That is, I have told you, that is, we have the healthcare data, hospital data with us. We are going to extract that data and we are going to transform it. We are going to process it, and then we are going to push it inside the SQL tables. Yeah. So Databricks, we will using Databricks, we will going to create the clusters, and we will be starting that cluster. And once that job is done, we will be going to terminate that cluster also. So we will learn how to do it. It's very easy, guys. Yeah. Don't worry. It's a few clicks and cluster will be ready. However, it takes time to deploy, but yes, it will be ready. Don't worry. Yeah. Is that answer your query, Shweta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any question? Okay. Before you ask the question, let me just finish this and then you can ask the question. Right. So I was saying that, see, the major reason for this Spark to become it popular is the processing power, right? So in traditional systems, write immediate data to disk frequently. It was very slow, right? Yeah. Spark keeps data in memory whenever possible. So generally, what is happening? Let me just give you the brief understanding on that. In traditional system, we are having the data inside the disk storage, and we are taking that data in and processing it, and then giving the output. Now, Spark actually takes the whole thing inside the RAM, the random access memory, right? It takes the RAM. That's the reason it needs more RAM, right? But it takes inside the RAM and then it processes there and it keeps there because my server is running all the time, 24/7. So RAM is available every time, right? So it keeps there and then it uses it. So, and that is the reason it's fast because it does not process data inside the disk. It processes data inside the RAM and keep it there. Yeah. Clear? So I'm not saying that the memory it will consume, but yes, whenever it is possible, it will keep there, right? So making it significantly faster. Yeah. So Spark supports multiple workloads using one unified engine, and that is SQL analytics, streaming, machine learning, data engineering, right? And also important part is that from the developer point of view, it also supports different language like Python, SQL, Scala, and R. But honestly speaking, I work on SQL and Python. That solves my all the requirement. I do not need to learn the Scala or R. It is optional. If you know how to write the code in R, you can leverage that right here. Yeah, it has the functionality. Yep, clear, guys? Don't worry, we will see. Don't worry, those things we will see. Yeah. Okay. So now the question becomes, why did Spark become so successful? As we understood it, okay, as we understood it, but just understand a little bit more, right? First, Spark is extremely fast because of in-memory computation and optimized execution. So generally, I told you that it actually, if you just see the first line, it says performs in-memory computing processing data in RAM instead of disk. The same thing which I told you that it does not work on the disk data, it works in the RAM data, right? So we have the data inside the RAM and it processes there and it give you the output. And that is the reason it works faster. Guys, how many people are there who understand the hardwares, the cache memory, the random access memory, the read-only memory? Do you understand those concepts? Anyone, guys? Nobody? Okay, don't worry. Whenever you have time, you should also learn about concept like what is cache memory, what is album memory, what is processor, then how it works. Just try to understand. It will help you a lot when you are working on the programming languages, because programming is something which is directly connected with the compute power, right? If you're processing something. Though in today's era, we do not write much code because most of the platform provide us the feasibility to use as a low code. But yes, you should understand because that actually helps to visualize the things and create a solution for the challenges, right? Don't worry. If you do not know, that's okay. It is not necessary to understand it. But yes, if you understand it, it will be beneficial for you. That's just additional things, right? Okay. So the second thing is it is easy to use, right? Developers can work in familiar language. As I told you, it supports Python, SQL, Scala, R, Java, other things also we have that, right? And third is highly scalable, right? Yeah. It can process data across thousands of servers. It's not only single server, right? It can work on thousands of servers at the same time. Fourth, Spark provides a unified ecosystem. Instead of using separate tools for streaming, machine learning, and SQL analytics, Spark handles everything together because it provides you the single platform, yeah, where you can write or switch. The important part is you can switch the language in between. You're writing the Python code and you just want a SQL query, you just switch it. And you can just combine it and use it. So it will use the Python as well as SQL both. Yeah. Just like you are unioning the two, I can say, tables with each other. Yeah. Oh, sorry, not tables. I can say data, right? In the query, you just unioning it, and the same way you can combine it. Don't worry, we will see those things in the sessions. Okay, so hope that make you understand. Any question, guys, on the previous slide? Sorry, I just moved it. Any question?
So you said that Spark works on RAM. So then that means it should require a high volume of RAM.
Correct. Correct. And you do not need your system to have the high volume, right? It is not about your personal computer. It is about the servers.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
then
Yeah.
that will doesn't make it expensive.
No, because see, in server, we have a high volume of RAM available already. See, Microsoft has invested a lot of money creating the data centers, placing the servers there, and for their architecture. So you don't have to worry about that, right? You don't have to see, once you accept the cloud architecture, you don't have to worry about the RAM, CPU, or anything. It is just the providers who will worry on that, right? So if I say yes, it needs more RAM, and we already have much RAM there. I will show you. When we are going to create the Databricks workspace and the cluster. I will show you that we have more than 100 GB of RAMs available. Yeah. I think I have seen 164 or 162 GB RAM there. Yeah. Even we do not think about it, right? So we have such RAMs available there, right? So don't worry, yeah, on that part. But yes, it depends on the organization's subscription part, that how they have taken that. So those, and as per their subscriptions, the availability of the RAMs are there. But yes, minimum the RAM which I have used to create the cluster is 14 GB. I don't know how people take it, because even when I was using to create the cluster, I was surprised that, oh, we also have 14 GB RAM, because I've never heard about the 14 GB. Yeah, I heard about 2 MB, then probably not 2 MB, let's say 2 GB, 1 GB, 2 GB, 4 GB, 16 GB, 8 GB, yeah, 32 GB. But I've never heard about the 14 GB. But yes, I can show you that we also have the compute power where we have the RAM that is 14 GB, and I have used that RAM for the North Africa, I think. Yeah, I've just taken the region for the North Africa, and I have seen that availability there, right? So don't worry, we have a lot of things, and we don't have to worry about the RAM capability. we have enough RAM over the cloud. Yeah. Is it clear, guys?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. So far, so good. Okay, so what is Azure Databricks? Now, Azure Databricks is Microsoft's cloud optimized version of Apache Spark. Let's understand, yeah. So this is a Spark. If I just remove the Apache Spark from the Databricks, probably it will die, right? Because this is the engine, is the heart, right? Which is actually working behind the scene. Yeah. So it is fully managed analytic platform built specifically for Azure. Now, imagine installing Spark manually. Just understand, okay? Setting up the cluster, managing configurations, handling security, optimizing performance, that becomes very complex. Yeah. Azure Databricks removes this complexity by providing you managed infrastructure, the very first thing. The second thing, collaborative workspace. The third thing is auto scaling. Remember this auto scaling, this is very cost effective and cost, you can say it's very costly actually. Yeah. So whenever you create a cluster, I do remember we have to disable it, auto scaling. Otherwise, see, generally in the real time scenario, it should be enabled because you don't know how much data is going to be increased, right? But for our practice purpose, it should not be auto scale, right? Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. Optimized runtime using Photon engine. That is another engine called Photon. Yeah. Even I am not in the deep of the Photon engine, but I can tell you that this is just like a Spark engine, but it's supporting to process. It's for the processing, right? Yeah, instructions. Anyway, it also integrates seamlessly with Azure services like Azure AD, yeah, and the data lake, the Power BI or the cloud. Yeah. In single or simple words, I can say Spark gives you a power of engine to run your, what I say, run your train, right? Yeah. So run your whole task. So Databricks gives us an enterprise-ready platform around that engine. So Databricks is providing you the platform, and the Spark is the engine for to run that platform. Is that clear, guys? Any question, guys? As of now? No question? Okay. So another question arises in the mind that why not just SQL? It's very easy to understand. Yeah. Many people ask me, why not only SQL? Why can't we use only SQL for the databases? Right? Yeah. Just understand, the traditional SQL system work very well for structured relational data and standard reporting. But modern data challenges are different. Right? Sorry, yes. Traditional SQL struggles with massive data volumes. When we have huge data, probably your traditional systems will cry for the help, right? Yeah. It also struggles with the streaming data, the live streaming data. Yeah, when just take an example of, I can just take an example of Netflix or Amazon Prime. Also, machine learning, right? Workloads, and also one more thing I can just tell you, that is complex pipelines. And so traditional data actually struggle there. Struggle system actually struggle there, just like SQL, right? Databricks provide a unified analytics platform where we combine. What do we combine? We combine, if you see, we combine, where's the mouse? Hey, here. If you see, yeah, Python, SQL, Scala, R, machine learning, many things, right? You combine everything there, right? And the best approach is not replacing SQL completely. Instead, we use SQL together with Databricks notebook. Yeah. So here, if you see, we are not excluding the SQL or traditional system. We are leveraging the traditional system's capability to improve our improve our compute environment, right? Or you can say the cloud environment, right? Yeah. Clear, guys? Any question, guys? So if you see here in the traditional system, it has the limited to structure data. Yeah, struggle with very large volume, complex pipelines. Yeah, not designed for the ML or streaming. Have you ever seen that how the websites or the e-commerce website, when you search something, right? Just say when you are searching any product in the Amazon, it shows you the similar product also, right? How it works. The machine learning is actually playing their role there, right? Some kind of AI. Yeah. Okay, guys. Any question, guys, till now? Any query, any concern? If you do not understand it, guys, these are the basic concept. I want you to understand it. Just, I'm not saying that you should memorize it, you should understand it, right? It will help you a lot. Okay, so the architecture, the important part. This page, right, shows you how Databricks fits into a modern Azure data architecture. If you see the flow, first data comes from multiple sources, right? So we have multiple sources, just like I think someone has asked the question how the data has been handled, if we have multiple sources, right? So we have multiple sources where data is coming, like APIs, databases, applications, yeah, other systems also. Then your Azure Data Factory comes in the picture, right? To ingest the data. I told you in the previous session, Azure Data Factory working just like a moving truck. And probably in the yesterday doubt session, this was also asked that what is Azure Data Factory and how it is using there, right? So Azure Data Factory is just like your moving truck. I have taken the example yesterday also. I'm also telling you today that if you are shifting your house, or let's say you are staying in a rent apartment, and then you are now shifting to another apartment or another location, well, then you will not carry your whole household with you, right? You book the truck, you book the driver, and the next responsibility of the driver and the carrier operator to take your household items and then deliver there where you want, right? So the data factory works like that. So data factory is something which actually moving the data from here to there. While moving the data, it also performs simple transformations, not the complex, right? It performs simple transformations. Yeah. If I say about the complexity or the complex transformation and sorry, on the huge data, then exactly the Databricks is there. Yeah. So when the data is ingested to the required place or required storage, I can say, right? Azure Databricks become the central processing engine there, right? So it is actually work as a central processing engine. Yeah, what it does, you can perform any transformation there, right? So you can clean the data, you can remove unnecessary columns from the data. Yeah, you can filter the data. Yeah, you can enrich the data as per your requirement. Now, the process data, whatever is processed in the Azure Databricks, you store that data, or you can say Databricks itself, when you create the pipeline, yeah, you can, or with the help of the notebook, you can write the code to ingest or you store that data, that final data inside your storage, probably in SQL database, yeah, in the tables, the data lake. Guys, ADLS Gen 2 is something Azure Data Lake storage that is over the top of the blob storage. Yeah. When you have the advanced data, you have the streaming, you have the huge data, then we use the ADLS Gen 2. This is another type of storage system in the Azure. Yeah. And when you have your data ready in your tables, now you are ready to consume that data inside the reporting tool that is Power BI. Yeah, generally we use it, right? Power BI to create the reports and insight. So Databricks act as a brain of the data pipeline. When you create the pipeline, it transforms the data. So guys, there was also a question on the activities yesterday. So what is just like the metadata activity and between the difference between the whole ADF and the metadata activity. So ADF is just like a whole process. Inside that you create the pipelines, right? Yeah. Okay. Any question, guys? Anyone? Is it clear till now? Preeti?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, I can hear.
great. Sweta, are you comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Subham,
Yes, sir. Good.
Pintu? Okay, guys. So now we are moving towards the real world use cases. Yeah. So let's look at some real world use cases here. The very first thing is data engineering, right? It looks very promising, right? The engineering words. When we say engineering, people understand, oh, data engineering. I like it, right? Definitely you will like it, because when you are playing with the data and you have the desired output, you will be happy, right? So anyways, when we struggle somewhere and we have the final output as per our requirement, we are more than happy, right? That our whole effort actually gets successful. So companies ingest a massive data set from multiple systems and transform them into usable format. And that is called the engineering, right? Then we have machine learning. Data scientists train predictive models on huge data. And I told you the example that how your Amazon or Prime or other, just like Flipkart, other e-commerce site, or even if you watch anything on the YouTube, you can see it will start reading you, right? It will start reading your brain. What do you want? And it will suggesting you that, okay, these are the other videos which you can watch. Yeah. Getting that, guys? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Please with me. Please be with me. Sorry. If I'm saying something incorrect, please just consider me as a child, right? Okay? At that moment only. Okay, guys. Streaming applications process live events such as IoT, right? So we have sensors there, right? So you have ever seen that when you enter in your office premise, you have to punch your card there, right? And also we have different type of sensors available there. Yeah. Now stock market feeds also. Yeah. And another thing which I can say, something called click stream. Even I don't know how it works deeply, but I know that something called click stream that there. Also, I will learn about learn more about the click stream, and probably if it is needed, I will come back on that and will let you know about this one. Okay, so BI acceleration, right? Now, Databricks prepare optimized data set for Power BI dashboard. That's it. That's a different, the definition for this, right? So BI acceleration, it just optimize the data set to consume it inside the Power BI. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. If I take, okay, so just take an example. An e-commerce company may use Databricks to process customers' click in real time. Just visualize the Amazon or Prime. You are searching something and you're buying something right from there. Recommend products. I told you how it recommend, how it suggests you products that you can also buy these products. You know, some people also buy this together, something like this, right? Generate dashboard, detect frauds also. Yeah. How secure it is. Have you ever seen? People are actually, there are people, right? They also try to break the website. They also try to break the system. But it is not as easy, right? Okay, we will learn how to create the workspace. It's a one-click task, nothing else. Just understand it. It is just like, collaborative environment where teams actually work together. So you have an environment, you have a called workspace, you have just like, your space where you can create different type of folders, then probably inside that notebook. So yeah. So as I told you, notebook, repository, jobs, you can create all those things inside your workspace. So it is just like a folder, nothing else. Just understand, just like in a workspace, just like a disk drive, and then inside that you have the folders. Yeah. So that's it. Not a big thing. Yeah. As I told you, what is cluster? Again, the cluster is a group of virtual machines working together. And that is the reason when you create the cluster, it takes time to start. I will show you, even you will feel frustrated sometime that why I'm waiting such a long time. But very first time when you start your cluster, sometimes it will take around 10 to 15 minutes to start. Why? Because it assigning different or group of virtual machines to work together. It does not know how huge data will be coming to process, right? Yeah. So don't worry, you will see those things. A cluster or compute power, just say compute power, right? Nowadays, we say compute, we do not say cluster. But remember, it's the basic, or you can say the word behind the scene is cluster, right? However, you will not be able to see the cluster name over the Azure Databricks. You will see the compute instead. Yeah. Anyways, a cluster contains one driver node and multiple workers node. Yeah. See, it is not visible anywhere that where is the driver and where is the worker. It is just a concept, right? Just understand. The driver coordinate execution of the codes. Worker perform actual computation. Yeah. Sorry, my mistake. Now, it supports auto scaling, auto termination, compute is decoupled from storage. So you can also remove the compute from the storage as well, right? So this makes cloud computing highly flexible and cost efficient. Yeah. So auto terminate is a word which actually at a certain point of time, it will be terminated automatically. So by default, it's 120 minutes. Remember this not time. The default is 120 minutes. You can change it, right, as per your convenience. I make it 10 minutes only. 10 minutes in enough because virtual machine is running. So it's charging me, right? So I only take 10 minutes. If I'm not working, cluster should be stopped. Clear, guys? Any question, guys, on this page, please? Anyone? Sorry, guys. Okay, guys. So just understand as an overview that when you create the cluster, right, you have to select whether it is a single node, it is a standard, it is a high concurrency, but it also increase the cost. If you see the cost column, as you move further, it high, right? It's medium, it's low. Yeah. But remember, the performance also, getting increased. So if I say if you are practicing, the database, always select single node because you are just going to use a single user, right? It is not your multiple users are going to use that cluster. It is only you who is using the cluster. Just use a single user. It also taking the lowest cost. Right? Okay. So best use I can say that is for learning, code exploration, small data development. But yes, if you have huge data in your organization, right, it will be high concurrency. Yeah. For engineering part, medium or standard can be enough. Right? That will be fine. Yeah, you will see it. Don't worry. It's just a word there. Don't worry. It's just a click option there. Yeah, you just understand the base behind the scene, basic behind the scene, I can say, right? Just understand the background. Okay, so now notebook, the important part of pipeline. Right? So notebook is actually, you can say, is an editor, yeah, of Python where you write the code. Yeah. So just like scripts, right? You write the scripts, how you process the data step by step. What you do first, what you do second, what you do third, and what you do in the final stage, right? Something like that. So a notebook is an interactive development environment inside the database. Just understand. Yeah. It allows us to write code, run commands, visualize output, add documentation. You can also add documentation just like, you adding the comments on your queries, SQL queries like that, something like that. And I told you many times that it supports Python, SQL, Scala, R, you know it now. It is not a new thing for you. Yeah. Yep. So we will see how to write the notebook. We will even write, we will, we will be writing the notebook to perform our task, the whole task. Yeah. Okay, so monitoring job and cluster. The monitoring is critical in product system, right? So if I say about Databricks, right, it provides observability, tools to monitor. What you can monitor there? You can monitor the CPU users, you can monitor the memory users, you can monitor the job failures, you can monitor the performance bottlenecks. Yeah. So there are many things. Yeah, you can monitor. However, when we are working or when we are learning it, we do not bother to use it. But yes, as a data engineer, yeah, you should know it, right? How to use it, because that is important part, right? Okay, can you move further? Okay. Cost optimization, guys. cloud cost management is extremely important, guys. Databricks provides several cost optimization strategies there. Yeah. So one is auto termination. The second one is photon engine. Yeah. The third one is spot instance, and fourth one is job cluster. We don't have to go deeply inside these concepts because it's just for your understanding, right? And the important part is best practices. So best practices use or includes whenever your job is ending, I mean to say you finishes your job, you should stop the cluster or it should be stopped like automatically. Yeah, it should not be always running. There is a format called Delta, a Pocket format. The Pocket format is actually being used in the Fabric as well, right, to store the files or store the data. Yeah, it actually has a log associated with it. I will tell you more about the Pocket in the Fabric, right? And the important part is also that is governance policies should be applied and tagging right there. So if you do not understand this, this whole concept of cost optimization, don't worry. As of now, you will also learn the similar things in the Fabric as well. Just understand that thinking from the cost perspective is very important while working as an engineer or architect, right? Because it is not that you have the leverage to use the systems of the organization or the servers or the virtual machines and you are just running it without any use, right? So just understand those things. Okay. Okay, guys. So if I say about what we have understand, so if you go back to the starting, we understood about the big data fundamentals. We understood about the distributed processing, sorry. We understood about the Apache Spark architecture. We understood about this Azure Databricks concepts. We understood about the clusters and the notebook, and then the cost optimization. Yeah. Now, the next step to work inside the Databricks. Yeah. So now we are going inside the Databricks. We will create the Databricks workspace and then further cluster, the notebook, and we will run it. Yeah. Is that okay, guys? Anything, guys? Anything you want to discuss before we jump to the Azure platform and work there? Preeti, any question? Guys, are there? Shweta? I think Shweta has dropped, right? Soham, are you there? Guys, am I audible? Nobody is speaking actually. Nitish?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
I
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I thought that I lost you guys.
No, 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 sir.
I was speaking and nobody is speaking, so I thought that maybe you are not able to hear me.
No, no, sir. You
Okay.
are very clear.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. Okay, so guys, any question? Yatinder, you are there. Welcome.
Hi, Harish.
Hi.
Please carry on. I joined in between, so I will ask the
Okay,
query
no
after
worries.
end of the session. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay, so guys, now the important part comes, and that is working with database, right? So I will share this PDF to you guys post this session. Yeah, here I have also told you how you can create the Databricks workspace. Yeah, and how you launch the the Databricks Studio. Yeah, we will see. No worry. So don't worry. Yeah. So I will not going on the further pages because it is the practical work and that we are going to work inside the Azure. So I'm just closing this PDF now. Yeah. Okay, so let me just close that and come back on, come back on Azure. Okay, guys, so an important part, guys, I want to announce is that you people will have to work on the Azure till 11:30 p.m. night on 4th, right? So by 4th, please practice on those things, because on 5th, I will be creating your Fabric credentials, and hopefully I will be activating all the credentials for the Fabric on 5th of the June, so that you can use it directly in the class on 6th of June. And 5th of June will be the last day of the subscription. I will be ending the subscription of Azure. So you will not be able to work further on the Azure platform. If you are not practicing or not practiced yet, please go to Azure portal. We will still having enough money there as a credit to use it. Just work it, practice it. Yeah, because you still have only by 4th. See, it says 7 days to left, but guys, 7 days is something where it will start charging me on my credit card, right? So I'm not going to do that. I will cancel the subscription on 6th day from today. So that will be 5th of June. Yeah, I will be canceling the subscription, and you will have the time to work or practice till 4th of June. 5th of June will be your credentials creation day for the Fabric. Yeah, guys, is that okay to everyone?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, then fine. So let's go inside the portal and understand it. Okay, so how we are going to proceed? The very first thing, the problem statement. Okay, so we have, let me just tell you, we will go from the scratch, right? So you do not struggle to see the previous videos. We have this hospital data CSV file that has some data of the patients. The last column says payment status, where we have paid, pending, and partially paid. So now what is the problem statement? We have to store this CSV data into the tables which are inside Azure SQL Database. We have not created, we will create those things. Now we will use Databricks to transform this CSV data by filtering the data on payment status column. So there will be 3 tables inside the SQL database. One is the hospital table. We will create let me just go. Okay, so first table will be first table we will create, that will be hospital data, that will receive the whole data from the CSV. The second table we will create, that will receive the data only where payment status equals to, when we say comparison, then we have double equal sign in the Python. Payment status is pending. And third table, we will also have there, that will say payment status is paid. So these 3 tables would be there in the destination path. the source path would be our blob storage where we will have this CSV file. Yeah. So if I tell you about the whole architecture flow, let me just tell you about the let me just type here, right? Guys, is that visible or should I zoom in? Let me just zoom something, right? Probably you can, sorry. Come on. Now let me just have a new page there, right? I can just make you the architecture here. Let's make it like this and zoom in. Can you see, guys? Is that visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Architect. Hello, right? So how we are proceeding? Okay. That caps on. Hospital CSV file. Yeah. First thing. Then we have, it will go to Azure Blob Storage. Okay. And then we will use Azure Databricks. Inside that, we will use PySpark editor to transform our data. Then it will go to Azure SQL Database. And then probably you can use it for Power BI. Yeah. So this way it will move. Is any question there? Oh, come on.
Harish, I
Yeah.
have one question. Transformation can be done in the Azure Data Factory itself. So why we are using
Exactly.
here?
Yeah, that question should
Databricks?
arise. I was waiting for that question. Thank you for asking this question, Yati. Okay. So guys, why ADF? Sorry, why data factory? Very good question. Let me type that. Why data break, not ADF? Yeah, that is the question. Guys, we can do the transformation, but basic transformation on, I can say, small data. When we say about the huge data, unstructured data, yeah, then you use Databricks because it includes the clusters. It needs more compute power. As simple as that. When you have simple, see, as of now, we have a CSV file that only has 1,000 records, right? But in the real time, it is not. You have millions of the records, and you are receiving daily, maybe 100 of the files. Then how your ADF is going to handle those things? ADF has a limitation. Also, ADF is mainly used to move the data from here and there. You can do the transformation, but basic transformation. You have limitation of the transformation there on the small data set. Whenever you have the complex data, you have the huge data, then you need database. Is it answer your query, Yati?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is answer of my question, but now another question arise here. I have heard, I have seen in the net that PySpark is a library of Python, and Python is a very huge language. So we have to learn Python and PySpark library first. After that, we can use Databricks smoothly.
See, if I say about the pure data engineer, right? If I say you are going for the data engineer post or designation you are chasing for that, right? Then yes, you have to learn the Python. Yeah. And if I say the whole Python, no, only the required things, right? Because Python is a very huge, right? It's an open source. It's a very huge.
Yes.
So in Python, I have seen I can do the same task in many ways, right? So don't worry, it's very simple. Very first thing. The second thing is that if you are, your scope is to become a data engineer, then probably yes, somewhat or some up to some extent you have to learn Python. Yeah. But if you are going to become a fabric analyst or fabric engineer, then
Okay.
probably it's very low. Then you probably,
Limited commands, right?
yes, then very limited. Because in fabric, we are just using low code, right? It's not huge thing. It's a Azure. If I say about Azure data engineer, then yes. If I say about fabric data engineer, then it's not very huge. Yeah. There
Okay.
is, we are using it. I'm not saying we are not using it, we are using it, but to some extent. And that is enough. That is enough. You will
Yeah.
learn it very easily.
Training is based on the fabric, right? Okay, okay.
See, the whole session is based on fabric. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm teaching you Azure, just like I told you that it is just for your understanding. Yeah. And you can also reflect in your resume that you know Azure, you work on Azure. Yeah. You know how ADF work, you know how Databricks works, right? What is the whole architecture of the Azure ecosystem? You understand it. You understand all the basic concept. What is the storage? What is the virtual machine? What is the virtual network? How you create it? How you assign the resource? Yeah, you create how you handle the Active Directory. How you create the users there. How you provide the access to the users. You know all those things. So if in the organization where you want to work, they have the Azure ecosystems, up to some extent you are eligible for that also, right? But I'm not saying about the pure data engineer. See, pure data engineering is bigger part, right? We are just learning few of them, not the whole thing. Yeah,
Okay. Thanks.
that's okay.
Okay.
If you want, we can also have new batch for only Azure. Then you can become a pure data engineer there. For the Azure only, right? I'm not saying about the fabric. You will not touch the fabric there. It is only Azure. But if you want, see, nowadays, I will not encourage you to go for the Azure side specifically. Why? Because Fabric is taking over the Azure everywhere. You just say Fabric is more advanced or more flexible, more unified in comparison to the Azure.
Okay, okay.
Though the Fabric is designed over the Azure ecosystem, but companies are now accepting or adopting the Fabric environment very quickly. So now what will happen in the later stage, you will see that people who know the Fabric will be more in demand. Yeah. The Azure data engineer, Azure architect, or Azure a Synapse analyst, or you can say Azure solution architect. Yeah, they will not be in demand, right, in the near future. You will see more in demand Fabric, because Fabric is a unified and very simple, cost-effective environment. Yeah, it will just like old days, our conventional system, the Azure system. But yes, it will be, I'm not saying that it is a 1 or 2 days process that you will see, okay, Fabric is everywhere and now nobody is using Azure. I'm not saying like this, right? It will take time.
I know Fabric is in demand.
Yeah. So don't worry. Yeah. Yesterday, one of the HR connected with me and asked me that if you have the Fabric analyst, just provide me. That's the reason I have pushed that blog for them.
Right.
If you have people, just let me know that we know this person. Yeah. If you have any reference, I can forward that resume to the HR. Anyways, guys, so now we are learning. I'm not discouraging you to learn the Azure, because Azure is important and you understand how we are writing a notebook and how the system is working, right? Okay, guys. Okay, so now go back to the Azure portal and start working there, right? Okay. Now, you understood the problem statement, guys? The objective is to store the complete hospital data set into the hospital table. the first thing, right? Hospital data table. We have created 3 tables, right? Hospital data table, okay, for the reporting purpose. This is the overall objective. We have the CSV there. We will upload this. We will create the tables inside the server, inside the database, and then we will going to write the notebook inside the database. So what will be the benefit to do this? It will be benefiting like we have the centralized data for the hospital or patients as a repository, and that is the hospital data table, right? It will have the whole data, the historical data as well, right? And it will also be ready for the reporting purpose. You will also have the payment table. You will also have the paid table where you have the paid details. Okay, now I'm closing this Excel file. You understood this data, right? Okay. So I will just take one thing here before I proceed. This column, because I will need to create, just hold on. Okay. Okay. Just let me just quickly let us do one thing before I proceed. Right. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I just took a few minutes to create that. And now go back to the Azure. So very first thing, we need a storage account. Yeah, and to store everything there, we need a resource group. Yeah. So let's go back to the resource group and see if I have any resource group which I can utilize directly here. So I have created a resource group called RG Databricks 01, but I'm not going to use it. This is South Africa North, right? So I'm not going to use it. I'm going to create a new resource group. Yeah. Now let's say RG amount. Okay, so Australia is Central India. Central India, see, I will not go with the Central India. It is recommended, but let's leave as it. See, if I go for the recommendation, US is fast pretty. Do we have US somewhere? US Central, US East. Let's take US East. Let's see. So guys, the problem will arise when we will create the cluster. Sometimes, the clusters, you can say the capacity of the virtual machine is not available, which we need there. So let's see if it creates problem, then we will come back to change the other reason, right? Just let me just create the resource group first, and then we will create the storage. See, if we will struggle with the cluster, right, we can create the another, you can say Databrick workspace, and then we can try there. The resource group, we can use it. Yeah. So where is my resource group, man? Should be Databricks Lab 01. Yeah, we will be using this resource group. So I'm going to create the storage account. I hope you know how to create the storage account. Anyone? If you do not understand, please let me know. STG data break, sorry, lab 01. UST is by default, then should be okay, and then should be LRS. Let's create and create. Come on, it's taking time. Guys, is that okay if we exceed today's class for by 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes? Is it okay? Yati, is that okay? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, is that okay for you? Okay, guys, so it is in under the deployment. Let's just deploy, and then we will upload the CSV file there. So, are you there? Okay, maybe. Okay, guys, so now our deployment has been completed. Go inside the let me just find the container and then create a container there.
Harish, can we create bricks on the same resources
Yes,
group?
yes.
It will work, no?
Yeah, definitely. Hospital. It's a hospital container, right? Container, right? Okay. So I created a hospital container there. Creating it. Come on. Let's move inside the container and upload the CSV file. This hospital data. And then upload it. Okay, guys, so my storage is ready. Second thing I need the destination, right? So destination will be under the SQL server. So we're going to create the SQL server instance, and then we will creating the destination. The database and the table. Okay, so my okay, that is now. Can you see? It's showing me error. I have to change it, right? Let's see. I will change it. So let's say SQL data break and zero. Okay, now change this because it's not taking it. Yeah, now West, I'm just taking West U. Oh, it's not taking that as well. Okay, now Australia is just taking that. Okay, and then we will have SQL authentication. Take my default username and password. PASSWORD @ 12345. Okay, so I'm going to create that. Guys, for practice purpose, if you need to change the reason, just select the reason wherever it is available and just practice it. In the real time, you will already instructed that what reason you have to select, where you have the more availability, you will know it in prior. So don't worry.
So, Harish, after doing the course, what should we mention on the resume? Like we are fabric engineer,
Yes,
fabric
yes.
analyst, what kind of profile?
So, what is your designation as of now?
Kind of data analytics,
Data analyst?
analytics, yes.
Okay. So if you are working as an analyst, I will say, just say fabric data analyst or fabric analyst. You can just mention as a fabric analyst. Yeah. And chase for at least fabric consultant or I can say fabric lead. Yeah. Why I'm saying that? That will upgrade your position, first thing. And second thing, as per the position, you will be offering the salary package, right? Do
Okay.
not degrade your position at any point of time. I will see your resume. Don't worry, we will work on the resume as well. Yeah, because I have to turn your resume to reflect your fabric knowledge, Azure knowledge, and some of the projects you have worked. Yeah. So I will create the whole thing there so that it will be selected for the upward position, I can say, right? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So that is also part of this session. Don't worry, we will work on those things. Okay, so database name. Let's have the database name. Let's say a Hospitao, Hospital DB. Quickly, I will just delete it. Okay, then development, and we have locally. That is fine. Okay, just create it and create it. You can also become a fabric solution architect. It's a highly paid job, solution architect. Guys, I have to see what your profile is right now and what your day-to-day work, what type of data you are working on. Accordingly to that, I have to turn your resume to reflect these things, your knowledge there, right? So that interviewer can see that okay, you also know these things, you also work on these things on daily basis, and you have enough knowledge which can they can leverage from there, right? They can use you in their organization. So probably the chances for getting hired will be higher. Yeah. Nitesh,
Yes, sir.
what is your role there in your organization?
Sir, it is a Power BI developer. I work as a Power BI developer.
Very nice. And Subham, your
So,
Sorry?
I'm data analyst.
data analyst. Very nice. Thank you guys for sharing your information. I'm just creating the table. Especially your part. As if you create any database inside, let me just minimize it. Okay, inside it, if you create any database inside the SQL Server instance and it shows you such type of error that it is off for the public access, you have to go back to the server. Select your server. This is not my server, right? This is server. Sorry. This is server which I have created. Yeah, that is server. Okay. Now go to the network settings and it is disabled. Just enable it. Also, you need to add the client IP address and allow the services to use your server. Save it. Okay, that is done now. We can go back to the database and create the tables there. And we have created Hospital DB that is connected with the lab 01. Now we can go to the query editor. Let's sometimes, sometimes it opens on the right hand side. So you can do one thing. You can directly go to the resource group. Resource group, inside resource group, you have data library lab 1, and there you have the SQL. Sorry, this is my database. Just click on the database, right? So it will open another page actually, just similar to this. So you will be having more space to see and work there. Okay, now, so I'm inside the database. Now going to create, quickly I'm going to create the schema and then table probably. Come on. Create schema. Let's say we have hospital. Just run it. And now create tables. Very first table which I need under the schema hospital, that is hospital data. Now here I need to paste my columns and their data types. So here we have that. Just copy and paste it here and just run it. So it will create that, and then we need another table that is called pending payments, right? Yeah. And run it, and then we need paid payments. Sorry. Okay, so all the tables we have created here, you can see all these 3 tables which will receive the data from the notebook. Yeah. Okay, so now I have made my storage ready. I have made my destination ready. What I need, the third thing is the access key of the storage account. So we have created STG Databricks Lab 01. Yeah. And here you can type access key. And here you will see the access key. This is the gateway, I can say, to go inside the storage. So here you have the key, just click on show and you can copy from here. I'm not going to copy right now because I'm just going back to the Databricks, create the workspace, and then we will come back here, right? So, or if you want, you can just copy this one and the name of the storage account. These 2 things are required to configure the connection, right? So we will do it in the notebook, but before that we have to create the Databricks. So here, if you do not see here in the recent, because you have not used it, so just type Azure Databricks, right? So we will have Azure Databricks. Yeah, bricks here. Just click here, and already there are 2 bricks I created for the earlier. Yeah, just click on create. Then select your resource group. Come on, source group was this one, and then take the name of, let's say, WS Databricks Lab 01 right here. Okay, leave it as is and do not take the serverless, because serverless actually says that it will provision the compute power by itself. Yeah. And because it is a premium, so it will provision the higher side of the clusters. So we are virtual machines. So please do not do this. It will make a huge cost. So I will say just make it hybrid only and then review and create. And create. Let it deploy, and then we will go inside the database, sorry. This is the workspace which I'm creating right now. It takes few minutes, guys, and once it is done, then we will go back. Guys, a small question while it's just deploying. How the session was till now? I mean to say, if you are struggling somewhere or you do not understand something, it is something you are not interesting or something, anything you can just discuss. I want to take the feedback and I want to improve the further things.
Till now, it is good.
Okay. So, what is your opinion? Anything where you struggle and you think that it should be improvised here?
Oh, sir, everything was fine till now.
Okay. Yatinder?
From my side, it has been good.
Guys, please discuss or give the ideas if you feel that, okay, this can be improvised here, or if you have something in your mind that can actually improve the overall things, right? Because my goal is always to improve the things, right? And Yatinder, that Rohit Kapoor.
C of EXL.
Yes. So we both work there. And the quote of Rohit, I always remember those words. Rohit always says that there is always a chance of improvement. Just we have to find it. Yeah. So I always remember this part, that we always have the improvements area. Just we have to find it, right? And that is the reason I always ask the feedback. So I can improve the things for you and for other people as well. Anyways, guys, so now we are inside the resource. And now here you can see we have the launch. We have created the workspace, and then we have the button here, launch workspace. If it is successfully created, you can see the button. If it is not, then you will see only the Databricks logo here. The button will not be visible here. So just click there and it will launch another page, or you can say another window, just like Azure Data Factory. Yeah, where you can see the Databricks. Let it open, then we will go back to the workspace and copy the access key and the storage account name. Okay, before that, let's do one thing. Very first thing which we need here, the compute power. Without compute power, it is just like a dump, nothing. Yeah. So we need to create the compute power, and that is cluster. So here we have the compute. Just click there. And before we start creating it, I will show you a small trick there to understand whether it will be available or it will work or not, right? So just click on create compute. Focus here on this preferred node type. If it shows you triangle here, just like exclamation mark or exclamation warning there, that means your cluster will not go to work, right? Because it is not able to assign you that compute power. Now, let me show you what all compute power are there. Can you see 32 GB of RAM, 64 GB of RAM, 96 GB of RAM, 128, 192, 256 GB of RAM. Yeah. So guys, as someone was asking, can you see somewhere it is also showing me triangle, 900 GB of RAM. Can you see? And this type is not available, right? This node type is not available. 400 till 400 GB, it is available. 900 is not available. So we have many availability here. I will say always take the smaller part. Do not go for the higher, because higher means higher cost, higher charges, right? So as of now, it's just taking only 16 GB. I have also seen 14 GB, but it's not showing me right now. Yeah, here, can you see? This is 14 GB. Can you see, guys? 14 GB, right? So what is available? Just go for the 16 GB as of now. That's okay. Here you have to give the name for the cluster. Let's say hospital cluster here. Yeah. And then unrestricted will be okay, that we do not have to change it. Here, this is the termination, right? So just take only 10 minutes. I will not say 120 minutes. Yeah. Single node will be okay. We are just practicing it and just create the cluster. It will take time. First time it will take time because it starts the cluster. You will see the summary on the right hand side, the 16 GB of memory and 4 CPU cores. And here it says utility catalog, yeah, data access, and then yeah, here's something, the price. And here you have the button for edit and the terminate. So I cannot terminate because it's just started. So it's just running here. If you see, it's running, yeah, to start the cluster. Once it is started, then we can go back to create the notebook. It will take some time, guys. First time when you start your cluster, it will take time. And it can increase up to 15 minutes. And that is the reason I ask you guys that today's class can be extended to 15 or 20 minutes more.
So on the cluster, multiple user can work
Yes.
same time.
Yes. If your cluster is running, multiple user can work. Otherwise, you have to start it.
So under the cluster, we have configured our system like virtual machine, like
Yes, it is just
CPU.
yes, correct. So it's just assigning virtual machines and the memory and the CPUs, right? The storage as well.
And when we are working on the Azure Data Factory page, I have seen there is a Databricks listed there, right?
Yes.
So if I click there, so it will take me on the same page, right?
If you have already created, right, on the same resource group, and probably it will see, generally we can also create a notebook in Databricks, and we can use that notebook inside the ADF. Getting point?
So, okay. I have seen there is a notebook tab, so it can be associated with the same notebook where under the Azure Data Factory, right?
Yes.
We can use it.
Yes. You can use it. So the complex transformation you can write inside the Data Factory Databricks notebook, and then use those transformation inside your Azure Data Factory pipeline. I'm sorry, guys, it's taking time. Let us start.
So while working on the Fabric, Harish, are you using AI as well?
Yes, Cloud.
Cloud.
See, let me just quote one, realistic example. What is happening in my organization? Guys, you are working, I know, and many people are working. I'm also working. But here in my organization, the main focus on the best practices. We all know that how to work, right? We know how to pull the data, we know how to transform the data, we know how to use that data inside the visualization. Yeah. We know everything, but are we implementing the best practices on each step? That is very important in my organization specifically. Yeah, I've not seen those things in other organizations. I can just take an example. Nitish, you are working on Power BI, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So if I ask you that you have your data inside SQL database
Yes, sir.
and you connect your Power BI with the SQL database with the
Yes.
connector, with the help of the connector.
Yes, sir.
And in your data, you need to perform several transformation.
Yes, sir.
You have to create some business logics, right? Just case statement there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe some if conditions there, switch conditions there, right? So probably you need to transform your data. You have to remove some unnecessary columns. You need to remove the null values. You have to standardize the names probably in the proper letters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So several transformations you have to do. How you
Mm-hmm.
proceed?
Sir, I will try to do this thing in first in SQL. So there will be no unnecessary load on the Power BI. So I will prefer doing the transformation in SQL.
That is the best practice.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That is the best practice,
Yeah.
It is not recommended to perform the transformation inside the Power Query editor.
Yeah.
I have
Yes.
seen many of the organization and many people who are working in the Power BI, they pull the data inside the Power BI and then perform the transformation inside the Power Query editor. And that is not recommended from the best practices point of view. In my organization, I cannot even perform a single operation in Power Query editor. Even I cannot rename the column as well. I do remember for the quick response purpose, I have renamed a column in the vdim date table. There is a table called vdim date in my SQL database. We have the dates there, right? And different dimensions for the dates, just like year, months, last day of the week, last day of the month, last day of the year, something like that, right? Last day of the quarter, something like that. So now I had to change the name just like, okay, cluster is now started. So I had to change the name of a column called DT month. That was the date of the month, yeah, to the month only in Power BI. And I had done this in Power Query, right? I've changed it. Now my manager, when he was doing the QA, he came back to me and asked me, why did you do it here? Why didn't you do it in the SQL? Yeah. So he corrected it then and there. So even the best practice says do not perform even a single transformation in Power Query editor. Whatever you want to do, you can do inside the SQL. Just do inside it. Why? So your Power BI report will be faster because it will not consume the time or capacity to evaluate your data, right? To perform your transformation, because this is the SQL engine who is responsible to perform your transformations inside the SQL. Getting point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But I have a question.
Mhm.
During the transformation of like a date column, suppose I have a date column in the SQL, but when I change this to the date format, suppose the date is coming as a text or any format, but
Mhm.
when I change it to in the date format in the SQL, it is still showing as a text column. Why, sir? Then I have to change it in the Power BI.
No. That means your data type is not being changed. That means you're not casting it, right? You should cast it properly in the SQL.
Okay, but I use as a date format, logic in the.
No, see, format, always remember, when you formatting something, it is text originally.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is not. See, the machine does not understand your format, right? Machine always understand in the terms of binary system, the 0 or 1. You understand that?
But I can't change from the backend as a date time column because it is already in the Nokia's on database. The date has come as
You
a
don't have to change it. You have to create your query inside your SQL query. You have to write the code to change it into the proper date, not the format. Date.
okay.
Yeah. Remember.
Like we you use as a suppose we are changing, so we use as a date format as a percentage D. So I have used that one.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
But
but
whenever you formatting it,
yeah,
will be considered as a text.
okay,
Yeah. So try to cast it
okay,
instead. Yeah, there is a function called try cast. We also have a function called cast here. Just try to cast. If still your date is, let's say that your source data has the date in the text format, right? And SQL, it is also saved in a text format. Where can, right? Now you have to separate it in the separate and merge it into the proper date format, the first thing, and then you have to cast it in the date type.
okay, okay,
Yeah, then it will consider as a date. So you don't have to do anything in Power Query. It will be automatically coming inside the Power Query as a date.
okay, sir. Okay,
Very
I will.
yes. If you still have problem, you can connect with me. You can share your screen. I can guide you how you can do that. Right?
Okay, sir. Okay,
Yeah, don't worry. Cluster is now running, guys. It's showing me green here. Yeah. Now we can go back to the workspace. This is the workspace. Here you can see the workspace. Quickly, you can create your own folder there. I can just create the folder from the create button on the right hand side. Just say, let's say hospital. So WS, something like that, right? Or hospital, what to say? WS is okay, right? For understanding, right? Okay, let's create that. It is just a folder, nothing else. And now inside that folder, you can create the notebook. Here you have the notebook. Once you click the notebook, first thing you have to do, give the proper name to the notebook. Whenever you create any object, right, you just, the first thing is to give the proper name. So I will say hospital, ETL, pipeline, something like that. Okay, so the name has been changed. Now, the second thing is to attach your cluster with this notebook. So here you have the button soft attach. Just click there, and here you see the hospital cluster which is running now. Yeah, just click there. It is loading and it will be attached. Now it is attached, right? Now we need to type our code. Yeah, here. Correct. So here it is Python. You can just see Scala. Yeah. So you can just select from there. But I will say should be Python because we are going to write the Python here. So very first thing we need to configure the connection string to the storage. Yeah. And for that we need two things. I told you we need two things. One is access key. So go back to the Azure portal and here inside your storage account, you will be having the storage account here somewhere. This was right, STG Databricks Lab 01. Click there and type access key here. Access key, and then show this. There are two things. One is this, and second one is this. So we will go back to the notebook and type something. Then we'll come back here. So let's say storage. This is variable. I'm just using variable here. Name. So here, this will hold my storage account. And when you enter, it is very smart, right? It will show you the recommendation. And very often you will use that recommendation. And that is why it is very easy, right? So if you see, it's showing me a storage account access key. So either you can take it or you can type it your whole variable name, right? So own variable name, sorry. So storage account, I will say key instead. Yeah, don't say long name access key. Let's say like this, right? Okay, it will hold my access key. Then it needs, first thing, getting inside the storage account name. Second thing, authenticated the account access key. The third thing is where you want to visit. You want to visit inside the container. So we need container here. Container name. It will hold my container name. It's just doing everything. No, I do not need that, right? Okay, so here, first thing, we need to copy the storage account name. This is the storage account name. Just copy it and paste it here. Second thing, it asks me to give me the access. So here is the access key. You have two keys. You can just take first one. That will be working. Don't worry. The third thing, it will be asking me to give the container name. So if you remember, we have the container name. If you do not remember, type here container. C container name, hospital container, copy it, and paste it here. Yeah, is that clear, guys, till now? Any questions? Now, once you have these variables or these information with you, you need to configure it, the Spark, right? So I will say Spark dot, why detached? It says detached. Something is bad now. Let me just see that. Yeah, I will not run the Spark right now because cluster has been detached. Start. It says switch to serverless to run immediately. So if it is not working, then probably we can switch to serverless. I'm just starting it. It's just starting. Meanwhile, I can just type the code here. Okay, so okay, what I need, it's just showing me. Okay, let me just remove everything right here and say Spark dot conf dot set. Okay, guys. So now it is showing me the suggestion. We can take the suggestion somehow. Yeah. So if I just press the tab, it will take the whole suggestion, but I do not need the whole suggestion here, right? What I need here, I need this thing first. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So first thing, we have to pass the storage account name. Yeah. Then we need to pass the storage account key. So till storage account key, it is okay. So till here, it is okay. We do not need this one. Yeah. It's okay till here. So we are just configuring our account name and the access key. I'm just waiting for the, what is saying? Why is it showing me error? Okay, maybe Spark is not running. That is why it's showing me red here, right? It's just showing me error here. Come on, what is happening? Why is it stopped? Will take another time to know. I don't know. Okay. Okay, guys, why it has been disconnected, terminated? Do you understand? When we were creating the cluster, we have given 10 minutes, right? Termination, auto terminate. And we are not using the Spark. So in 10 minutes, it auto disconnected or terminated. Isn't did you get it?
We have to increase the termination time, right?
Yeah, because if you go to the compute here, you will see our cluster. Let me show you the cluster. It's just running. Sorry, it's just starting, right? So if you go inside the cluster, you will see we have given 10 minutes right here. And that is why, and we are not using the Spark. So what is happening? It's just waiting for 10 minutes and it's terminated. Now it's started. If you see, it started now. So we'll go back to our notebook here. Oh, where is my notebook, man? This is now. Now we will run it. Allow. it's just running, right? So it's run, right? No error occurred. Everything is fine now. So we have configured our storage access. Very first thing. Now, the second thing is to read the CSV file from the blob storage. So, okay, now press Shift plus Enter. So it will open another cell. We call it here cell, right? So first thing we need to give the file path. So type file path and then use, there is a way to type the file path. It will show you the recommendation. You can take it. Just take it. It is easy, right? Just take it like this. So I will just take it. It will further show you, remove everything which you do not need. Yeah. So just say whether it is correct or not. So it's a WASBS, right? It's an old blob storage access. When you use ADLS Gen 2, then it is changed. It's something called FASSB, something like that, right? I will tell you later on, right? So, okay. So WASBS, okay, let me just explain here before, otherwise I will forget to that. So WASBS is actually legacy protocol to access your blob storage. We also have FABFSS that is actually advanced for the ADLS Gen 2. If you are using Azure Data Lake storage, then you will use FABSS. Yeah, that is different. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'm not going inside that part. Let's do one thing. I think we have configured it. What is left? Let me just see. So here we are saying the container name. It will coming from here. Yeah, the container name. Then add the storage account name. So this is the storage. So we are saying go inside the container, inside this storage, and access this file. Yeah, I'm saying like this. Let me done it. Okay, that runs. No issues. Okay, so now we need the data frame. Data frame is nothing. It's a virtual table. Yeah. If I say about the data frame, what is that? So it is a virtual table where we are going to get the data or the information, right? So it's already says me, suggesting me that you should write something like this, but I will type instead hospital DF. Yeah, I will say DF, hospital DF. Okay, now then it says read the file. So it's suggesting me, it knows, it's pretty smart, right? That what you want next. Yeah, it's pretty smart. It just suggesting me automatically, and probably I'm going to do the same thing, right? So I will go to type in my way. First thing we need is Spark, and then we need a read operation here. Then we need CSV to read it, right? And then format. Yeah. Now we need to give the format like this. Can you see the same thing we can do in many ways in Python, right? So now it's showing me different way what I want, and now it will be CSV. Okay, to give the new line, I will just say like this, and it will also suggesting the next thing. So I will go now with this, right? So the header should be true. For schema means it will import the schema from there, from the table itself, from the you can say the format. Schema means the whole data type of the data, right? And then it will load the file path which I have given here on the very first line here, right? And then it will show the data frame data actually. Yeah. So as of now, it's okay. I'm not going to write right now. I'm just going to show you what it reads, and okay, it's showing me something incorrect. Okay. Function object has no attribute format. Ah. But it says, why not so? Oh, sorry. My mistake. I'm sorry, guys. You're just testing and I'm just taking that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, we have to give the format inside this. There is another way to read the CSV file. Oh, path does not exist. Guys, it's Python, so it can have, just give me a moment. This is my line and it is suggesting me this one. There is something incorrect. What is that, man? Container is correct. Hospital container, that is okay. One thing is incorrect, that's hospital CSV, right? That is correct, right? We have hospital data table there. You just accept and run it. No. Just give me a moment. Let me just go inside the container. Hospital data.csv. Okay. And that is the reason it's showing me error. Yeah. Now the Spark job is completed. It will show you the table data here. Yeah, can you see? It's showing us, guys. Is it clear till now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's easy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also see the schema, yeah, which is actually important. Let me just show you the schema. There is a function called, let me just show like this, print schema. Come on, print schema. And we don't need anything else. We just need print schema. So it will show you the column and the type of the column, what type of data is there. Can you see here? It shows us the patient ID column. It is string type. It shows me patient name string. It shows me age and integer. This is reading from the CSV data. Gender string, and then date string, and then double here, and the string, right? Okay. So why we are looking for the schema, so that we can confirm, okay, my table is actually taking the same thing, right? So it also have the same schema there, right? So okay, now, so we do not need that schema further. Okay, so what I need to okay, so it has the hospital DF actually has the whole data. We can write directly inside the table. But before that, we need to create two more, I can say, data frame for the payment paid, and we also need to create another which can filter for the paid payment, right? So one is pending and second one is paid, right? So just give me a moment. Let me just try one thing here. If I say, let's say pending DF should be take as hospital DF dot filter. Can you see? It's showing me. I don't know how it's showing me. Even I'm not typing it, right? But it still is showing me. So let me just, maybe I can just type here filter, and then the same thing which I need. It says hospital DF dot payment status equals to, I just need pending here, right? So pending, one thing, yeah. So it should be pending, and same should go for the paid as well, right? So I will just take paid, another, I will say paid here. I'm creating another DF, that is data frame PAID paid, and here it should be paid only, right? PAID paid. Okay, so I've created 3 data frame. One is having the whole data set, the hospital DF. Second one, pending DF, that actually having the filter data from the hospital DF, and again the paid DF, which again has the filter data from the hospital DF. Is that okay, guys? Make sense?
Mhm.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear.
Okay, now we need another configuration. We need another configuration that is actually, guys, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. I will just take one moment. Okay. Oh, sorry. Just give me a moment. I'm coming back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So another configuration. See, we have source data ready to push into the destination, right? Quickly, we will create the configuration for the SQL server to be connected, right? Just create another things. So I will go here. We will connect. Here we will use JDBC. Yeah, JDBC. That is a driver. So that will be host name. So here we need the server name. Yeah. So just go to the server name. We will.
Hello?
Yeah.
One thing I want to correct there, the pending spelling is not correct.
Can you please speak loud?
Sir, one thing I want to tell that pending spelling is not correct, so it will create some issue.
Oh, here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let it run. Okay, so now it will take the host name, that will be the server name, and then there is a port of the server that will be always 1433. You have to remember it, right? For the SQL, right? And then we have the database. So it is already showing me, yeah, if what should be. So I can just take some of them. So hospital database, that is called hospital DB. I have there DB, which we created, and then we have to need this complete connection history. So SQL server, that is okay. JDBC host name, that is okay. That is port is okay, and database is JDBC. So that is everything is okay now here for the connection history, right? But we need the SQL server instance name here, right? So just go back to the SQL server and take the server name there. So I'm just going back here. Just hide it. Go to the server here, and then SQL server. This is right. This is correct. And then this is their server name. Yeah, let's take this server from here, paste, and go ahead and paste it. Yeah. So your server is ready. As Hospital DB is your database, Hospital DB. So this is the database, and this is the connection host. Okay, let's run it and create the connection. Okay, now it's created. Now what I will do, I will give the connection properties here. So let's do it quickly. So we have connection properties. It will showing me. So let me just verify it. First thing we need user. So user is Azure admin, AZUREADMIN. Azure admin, and password is password at the rate 12345. So P in caps ASSWORD at the rate 12345. And then driver should be JDBC. That is okay. So driver is okay now here. Let's run it again. Yeah, that's works. Okay. Now, so our connection is ready. Just we need to write the data. Yeah. So let's move here. And here you can write the data. So let's write the data for hospital DF first. So hospital DF, it's showing me DF dot write dot right dot JDBC, yeah, because it will go from the connection, then it will say JDBC URL. Let me just make it like this, right? Okay, I will just remove this part. I will remove this part and make you understand here first. So this is the URL, JDBC URL, which I've created earlier. That is the connection string here. Just if you see in the previous cell, we have created this JDBC URL. Yeah, and then it says the table name. So we have hospital data table name there. Then it says mode override. That's fine. Yeah. Then we have properties, connection properties. So that's okay. We have connection properties here created earlier. This one we can pass it here, right? Now, this is the first thing. Yeah. The second one is load the data in the pending, right? Pending tables. So let me just take also pending df dot write. Yeah, it's showing me. Let me just pick up that and we will change it wherever it is required. So nothing, I will take the, it says pending df dot write dot JDBC URL correct table equals to pending data. No, pending payments, right? Pending payments. Then it has every rest thing is correct. Pending payments. Okay. Sorry. Payments. Okay, now we are ready to write the data inside the table. Before we write the data, let's go back to our SQL database and see if we have anything inside the table. So I'm just going into the SQL database. Our Australia East, this one, right? This one. Go inside the query editor. Okay, we have created this. So I will just say, okay, one thing we forgot that we have not used the schema there, right? We have to write the schema also. Okay, so if I say select hospital data, oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so now we can run it and see if we have, what is that? The select star from hospital. Oh, is that not correct? Oh, sorry. So we do not have anything here. And let's also check for the paid payments and pending payments table as well. Nothing is there. Then we have pending payments. Nothing is there, right? So I'm going back to my, okay, so table would be hospital dot. We just forget to add the schema here. Okay, run it. Yes, we will just see if data is ingested into the table, and then we will end the session today. We will cover up the next part in tomorrow's session because it's already over, 30 minutes over. Yeah. So now run the same query again here. Oh, why not? Oh, pending. Is there something incorrect I've done? Oh, can you see here? Run it again. The Python is side by side very sensitive. If you forget anything, I mean, just like, it's also case sensitive. If you write something should be in small and you write in the capital letter, it will not work. Okay, now run it again. Now you can see the data here, right? Yeah. So our notebook is working fine. And I'm also going to check this hospital data as well. Yeah. So one thing I can just show you. Not showing me the whole thing here. I just wanted to show you the whole thing. Okay, not showing me. So can you see here? It's showing me the whole data, paid, pending, partially paid, है ना? Let me just go here and say pending payments one again, and I will show you only pending payments there. Yeah, only pending payments, right? And same should go with the paid as well. Now, see here, only paid data. So our notebook is working successfully, right? So we have not performed any transformation because of the time constant. In tomorrow's session, we will perform some transformation also in the notebook, in the same notebook. I'm not deleting it. Okay, I'm just going to stop the cluster. And in tomorrow's session, we will perform some transformation as well. And we will override this again, the data again inside the table. Okay. And then we will see how we can create the jobs to run it automatically. Yeah. Okay. So this is the notebook which we have to run once the data arrive. Correct. So we will learn those things in the tomorrow class. Is it okay, guys?
Okay, Harish.
Yeah. So till then, thank you for joining
Thank
the
you, Harish.
session, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Sir, hello, sir.
Yeah, please ask.
Yeah, sir, one thing I want to ask, like, uh, um, what are the topics which is important for the point of view as Python, so we can get some overview before you starting.
I think the PySpark is similar to the Panda, sir. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
See, it's very easy. I will say the topics, so you can focus the beginning things. I'm going to say the beginners level of the Python. Very first thing, you should understand what are variables, how you create the tuples, how you create the dictionary, right? How you use the calculations there, yeah. How the comparison operator works. Somebody to say the basic things, right? And then from the file operation perspective, you should learn the Python. I'm going to say how to access the file, how to access the data, how to extract the data from there, how to work on any column of the files data, something like that, right? And writing these things to the table, it just, static, right? So everywhere you will write the same code.
Okay.
Yeah. Getting that? Don't worry. Don't see, guys, do not distract right now, right? Just learn whatever I'm telling you. Once
Yes, sir.
this whole section is over, then I will create a roadmap for you guys to learn few things from the Python that will be small and easy, right? As of now, if you will distract your mind that, okay, I do not know Python, I will write the code? Do not go in that side.
No, I just want to take some overview while
Yeah.
we
So
are working.
as of now, please practice only the things which I'm telling you.
Okay.
Okay. I will tell you what you have to practice and how much you have to practice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what will happen? You will distract your mind and you will go that side, not the way which I want, right? And you will lose the time. So please do not do that right now. That is not needed as of now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'm stopping the recording and I've stopped the cluster. Yeah. Tomorrow we will see how we can perform some transformation.